Okay, the next example we're going to do is like the problems I'm going to have you do, problems 17 through 19 in your book. In fact, this is problem 20, so it's just one of those same problems on that page. Because I know that Sarah always likes me to do one of those, so that she kind of knows how to do that group of problems, right? So here we go. The center's at 0, 0, focus at -3, 0, and vertex at 2, 0. We want to find an equation and graph it. I'm going to start by actually doing the graph, because I'm very visual and that helps me figure out all the details for the equation. Okay, so center at 0, 0, that's nice. Focus at -3, 0. Vertex at 2, 0. And you might have noticed that hyperbola are symmetric. So if there's a vertex at 2, 0 and the center's at 0, 0, then there's also a vertex at -2, 0, and there's also a focus at +3, 0. So we know that A equals 2 and we know that C equals 3, right? And so far we know the transverse axis is going to be on the x-axis. So we also know that it's going to be x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equals 1. So what detail are we missing? We are missing b. So to find b, we need to kind of use Pythagorean theorem again. This time, though, instead of c is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared, we're going to do b is equal to the square root of c squared minus a squared. That can be found just by taking the formula I gave you earlier for c and moving things around to find b. Okay, so let's plug in the appropriate numbers. So if c is 3, we're going to go 3 squared. And if a is 2, we're going to go 2 squared. And so we would have 9 minus 4, which is 5. So b is going to be the square root of 5, which is approximately 2 point something, right? That'll be important for graphing, but not for writing the equation. Okay, let's go ahead and throw that in our graph then. So it's just going to be a little bit past 2. And I'm not drawing my graph to scale very well. And then, of course, if I want to draw the asymptotes more easily, I can put that box in there, draw the diagonals through the corners of the box, and then go from the vertices with the focus inside the rounded part there. That would be the graph of the hyperbola. Okay, now let's focus on the equation. We're going to use that formula right there. We have A, we now know B, square root of 5. So let's just put everything in the equation in the right spot. So that would be x squared over a squared minus y squared over square root of 5 squared equals 1. So our final answer would be x squared over 4 minus y squared over 5 equals 1. Well done.